Was there ever in Jewish history a generation led by a Nasi Hadar who was not physically seen present in this physical world?
That's an interesting question. I can tell you what it says in the history. Historically, in every time throughout history of the Jewish people, there was always someone, if not more than one person, but there was always someone who the Jews could point at as the leader of the Jewish people. There was one time that the Gemara tells, that the Rebbe quoted that after the Stalkos of the Frierdiker Rebbe, that the Gemara tells with regards to Shimshon. Shimshon, it says in the Pasuk, he led the Jewish people for 20 years in one Pasuk, and another Pasuk it says he led the Jewish people for 40 years. And the Gemara says that 20 years after his passing, the Jewish people still felt his leadership. The Plishtim as well were still afraid of him. It's interesting that although the Rebbe points to that idea and that concept, practically, even during that time, there was another leader, because right after the passing of Shimshon, there was already Eli HaKohen, who was already there and was already the teacher of the Jewish people at that time. And even Shmuel HaNavi was already born immediately upon the passing, and he was the one who took over after Eli. But the concept that you can see that even someone who you don't see him physically, and yet he's still a leader of the Jewish people, that we see it then. And the second time, the first time perhaps, is by Moshe Rabbeinu. The Gemara tells us an interesting thing. Moshe Rabbeinu went up to Shamayim to get the Torah, and it says, "Vayihi Shamim Hashem." He was there with Hashem. Later on, it says that Moshe Rabbeinu passed away, and the Pasuk says, "Vayamas Sham Moshe." Now in Torah, there's something called a Gzeira Shava, where it says the same word in two psukim. We can learn that it's the same thing, and the Gemara learns a Gzeira Shava. Just like it says there Sham, and here it says Sham, Ma kan emedu mishamish b'morim, afkan emedu mishamish b'morim. Just like over there, when Moshe Rabbeinu went up to heaven, and the Jews didn't see him, and yet they knew that he's still leading them, so also after the passing of Moshe Rabbeinu, even though they couldn't see him, they knew that he's still leading them. So just to get to the answer to the question, there was always a time, there was always a Nasi that we knew was there in a revealed way. However, there was still the concept that at times when we couldn't see the Nasi openly, and yet we still knew that he's still continuing to lead us, because that was the fact.